Yes, good morning, people. Back for another video on the Spoken Word Media channel. Making modern media sexy as always. Um, Lovely. First of all, I'll say, um, yeah, big up to all the subscribers, the old subscribers, new subscribers, and the viewers that keep watching but don't subscribe. It'd be great if you did because I think it's nice. It's nice. We're on a road to a million. But hopefully that comes at some point. But yeah, so funny thing is, so I just come back from a run, the 5K run. Found it a bit tough, but happy it's all done. Happy it's all done and dusted. Yeah, and I'll be doing another one on Saturday in yeah a different location. That's what I would say about it, man. These runs, they're so good, man. They set you up, especially in the morning, set you up the day. I never understood why people prefer doing things in the evening, like exercising, running. Or if I'm playing sport, it's a bit different because it's sport. But in terms of just running or gym, nah, man, morning person, man, not an evening person. You got to set you up for the day. You got to get it right. I understand. But yeah, if you guys like the video and everything, it's not a nice day today. I don't like the rain. We was promised another heat wave in September. Hopefully that still comes and materializes. But I can't be too greedy if it doesn't because we've had a glorious summer. But I just not ready for the autumn, and we've got showers now for the next week or so. So hopefully that's just a blip, and it will return back to another heat wave. I'll be grateful for that. Anyway, let me not talk on too much about that. So yeah, guys, we're gonna talk about someone called Mr. Raheem Sterling. So those that know follow football know who he is, but he's obviously a professional footballer, ex Premier League footballer because he's not in the Premier League at the moment anymore, and in England international footballer Raheem Sterling, who's had a great career, to be honest. Very great career in English football, and he's obviously represented England at international level at the Euros and the World Cup. Yeah, and the thing about Raheem Sterling, so it's disappointing to hear what's happened to him. So he's been caught up. He's been charged with dangerous driving for taking a substance called something called nitrous oxide, which is also known as laughing gas. Um, but yeah, so we'll get into the article on that. Now, before I get into that, so why is disappointing for me personally? So Raheem Sterling is someone that he was born in Jamaica. He came to England when he was extremely young. He someone that grew up without a father, unfortunately. So his father was killed in Jamaica before he came to the UK with his mum and obviously his other family members, sister, etc. He's gone through the ranks at QPR. He made it into Liverpool. He made it into the Liverpool first team, and then he went to Manchester City, and he won so many trophies at Manchester City. Um, numerous Premier League titles, other domestic cups, FA Cups, League Cups. Um, he went on to Chelsea, and he ended up at my club Arsenal, which wasn't really successful, but we'll give him some grace. And to be honest, the only thing I'll say about Raheem Sterling is he obviously he fell off quickly, in my opinion. I think he kind of died off quite quickly. I was expecting he's way past his prime, but he looks very short as a professional footballer. Like he turns 32 in December, and he's been shot for the last few years. To be honest, I don't know what's happened, but it happens, innit? But he's had a very successful career, made a lot of money, had a great football career. Can't ask for anything more, really, to be honest. But the reason why, before I get into article, reason why this is kind of like it's it's bad because with Raheem Sterling, what people need to understand, he's someone that the media have always picked on. There's a lot of other certain football players of a certain of a certain look in it. So he's someone that the British media were onto him for things like notoriously he. Well, let me start off with his gun tattoo. So he's got a tattoo gun on his one of his calves, and then they said that it's disgusting. That's how he had is disgusting, isn't it? That's what he was told. Like, and that's probably going to trigger someone like him because his father. So it was in tribute to his father that was actually killed by someone, by a gun. And what Sterling, the reason why that tattoo's on him is because he's vowed to never touch a gun. Now, I'm not someone that personally has tattoos personally, but obviously he does, and it's important sentiment to him. So fair enough, yeah. He got that. Yeah, it's hard growing. I mean, I grew up with my parents, but that could mean that's probably hard for him. When he shopped at Poundland like a normal person would, the media wrote an article about it. So he's always been like lambasted for something. They made him. They wanted to make him seem like something wrong with him because he shopped in Poundland. Then we move on to things such as when he bought his, I think he bought his mum a house, and then he said, and this was after the Euro. So England in the 2016 Euros, we went out badly. I think it was to Iceland, if I remember. I watched it. We went out disgracefully, and he bought his mum a house, to thank for everything, all the support that she's given him, because he was someone that was supported by him. His sister used to take him to training, never complained, and obviously now they are pretty well looked after by him. Now they've seen the fruits of his labor and the investment that he's given and time they put into him. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't support, unfortunately, and he was supported, and now but they were like getting onto him saying, "Why are you buying?" And then saying he's showing off because I think he had some like certain jewelry, so they just say he's a bling boy and that kind of stuff. You know, it's typical, innit? But we're getting to the article now. So we've got Sterling charged with dangerous driving after crash. Raheem Sterling will appear in court next month to face charges of dangerous driving and possessing nitrous oxide for wrongful inhalation after crashing his car into a motorway barriers in May. The former England winger, who most recently played for Feyenoord in the Dutch Eredivisie, crashed his Lamborghini into barriers on the M3 in Hampshire on the morning of the Thursday, the 28th of May. The 31-year-old was arrested and then released on bail pending further inquiries. A Hampshire and Isle of Wight constabulary spokesman said, a driver will appear in court next month to face charges following a collision on the M3. Raheem Sterling, 31, from Berkshire, has been charged for the following offences: dangerous driving, possession of nitrous oxide for wrongful inhalation, failing to provide a specimen. The charges come following a single vehicle collision involving a Lamborghini on the M3 southbound close to the Mingley interchange, which is in Hampshire, on the 28th of May 2026. No other vehicles were involved and no injuries were reported. Mr. Sterling is due to appear at Basingstoke Magistrates Court on the 15th of September. Police suspected Sterling of driving a vehicle whilst unfit through drugs, but that has not been included in the charges. In May, a source close to Sterling told BBC Sport there was no proof of drugs in his system. The source added the player had faced an extremely tough couple of years and had been made to feel worthless and forgotten about. Sterling has been without a club since leaving Dutch side Feyenoord at the end of last season. He joined Feyenoord in February on a short-term contract after leaving Chelsea by mutual consent. Chelsea paid £47.5 million to sign Sterling from Manchester City in 2022. That's all irrelevant stuff. Yes, he joins my club, Arsenal. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Let's get into. But yeah, he was done for. He's been charged with driving. Fast forward now, he's been charged for dangerous driving with nitrous oxide. So nitrous oxide. Now I've had a bit of research into that drug. So I never really understood. I understood that laughing gas, balloons, I think you hallucinate or something like that. I didn't know really the effects of it and how bad it is. But when he was arrested originally in May, or I think he was looked at in May for taking the stuff. They said nothing was found, but now they found out something. It's not good because he's obviously self-destructed in it because he's probably feeling. I've read that he's feeling like a bit low, and obviously he's not the player he used to be. He's not. I think he's without a club. He last played for Feyenoord, which is in Holland. I think Robin van Persie was his manager or coach, but he's not the same player. He's not in the England international team anymore, which is normal to a lot of players. But he probably feels a bit useless. But he's been doing some good things. I think I believe that he set up like some kind of academy or some coaching to coach the next generation of players. So he's doing some good stuff out post playing. He's setting things in place and it's good. But obviously him not putting up. I don't know why he's not feeling like. From what I understand, why he's not feeling himself, it's probably because it's an anticlimax to be that guy that's in his prime, winning trophies, being there, and now you're kind of just like, you're kind of washed, respectfully. But like, obviously, he's still playing professional football. You're not the same kind of guy, so it kind of probably plays on his mind. And I've just been thinking, like he's put people at risk. He's put his own life at risk and other people at risk. So the media are probably gonna have a field day with this kind of thing. And the only thing I would say, not that it makes it all right, at least it's not happening during his peak years. Because now they got new people that they want to look at now. He's kind of like, but people will still kind of look into that. But we got to talk about it because it's serious. So nitrous oxide, you're taking drugs and driving. Like, what you doing? But you're it's crazy, man. It's like it's probably very similar to drink and driving in a way. Like you're intoxicated. Like your perception is off. It's a bad judgment. And I've always wondered, cause he's not the first person that's done this. I've realized a lot of people sometimes they have this thing. I don't know what it is about cars, yeah. So I drive, yeah. I think when you're feeling low, a lot of people go for drives. I do. I've done the same thing before. I go for a drive, but I don't know what it is. And I think with him, he's probably. I'm just trying to think of how he's probably thinking. He's probably trying to think. Oh, I want to drive somewhere. He's not got any particular destination in mind, and he's supposed to get lost in his thoughts. And I think what people do when they drink and they do the drugs, or both, they just want to drive in an endless direction. They got no destination. I just want to there must be some kind of psychology between drinking, drugs, and driving. Because I've read other people, not necessarily sports athletes, but people that have been in, especially people that have been in certain good positions, and they have something going on in their life in their head, and then they drink and they drive. Because a lot of people say, why don't you get a cab or why? Nah, I think they want to drive because they want to get lost in their thoughts. Like I've done personally in my personal life. But then they want to add the effect of being drugged and numb themselves and then just go somewhere. I don't know where they're going. And it's putting that, yeah, man, there must be something. But anyway, I've been doing some research and I looked at a journal article. So went back to university, I should say. I'm going to get into an article now about the actual effects of this substance that he's been found to be taking. So yeah, I decided to go back to university and then get some actual proper information on this nitrous oxide for you guys, because I think this problem is actually very serious. So so according to the National Library of Medicine, so the National Center for Biotechnology Information, in brief, so what is nitrous oxide, which is also known as laughing gas, and what effects does it have? So nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, is used for medical and industrial purposes. In recent years, more people have started using it as a recreational drug. It makes people feel euphoric and relaxed for a few minutes. Regular use can have negative effects on your health. So what is nitrous oxide? It is a compound of nitrogen and oxygen. The gas is colorless and has a sweet smell. Nitrous oxide has a pain-relieving and numbing effect, which is why it can be used as an anesthetic. It is also used in the chemicals industry and in farming. Nitrous oxide is absorbed into the blood through the lungs. It then enters the brain and nerve tissue through the bloodstream. The body can't break the gas down, so it has to be completely breathed out through the lungs again. Nitrous oxide is usually sold in small cartridges, also called charges, that can be used to make whipped cream. To use nitrous oxide as a drug, the cartridges are opened with special devices called crackers. The nitrous oxide is often then filled into balloons and inhaled. There are also bigger charges containing a lot of nitrous oxide. So then why is it used as a drug? So in recent years, more and more teenagers and young adults have started using nitrous oxide at parties and recreationally. At first, it was mainly used in clubs and at music festivals, but many people now take it in small groups or on their own at home. There are various reasons why more people are now using it. Some people have the feeling that nitrous oxide is a relatively safe drug. It is also relatively cheap and easy to get a hold of, and it is not illegal in Germany and many other countries. Many people are publicizing it on social media too. How many people take it as a drug? So the consumption of nitrous oxide varies quickly. It is mostly popular with teenagers and young adults. Surveys in some German cities and in other European countries have found that between 10 and 10% of teenagers and young adults have tried nitrous oxide at least once. Some of them only use it a couple times a year and only in small amounts. Others use it regularly in large amounts. Nitrous oxide is also taken with other drugs like alcohol, cannabis, or psychedelics. Forgive me for my mispronunciation, people. There are no exact figures available on how many people use nitrous oxide in Germany. So what are the effects of nitrous oxide? So this is very important. It changes the reactions and metabolism of the nerve cells. That quickly causes feelings of euphoria and relaxation in the brain after it is breathed. Perception of time and space also changes temporarily. Many people giggle or laugh. The effects wear off after a few minutes. Inhaling even small amounts can cause problems like dizziness, drowsiness, headaches, and tingling. Nitrous oxide can also cause nausea, vomiting, balance problems, and loss of consciousness. Mild hallucinations are possible too. If you inhale nitrous oxide from a balloon, your lungs don't get any oxygen during that time. Some of the effects are due to a temporary lack of oxygen. They usually go away once you start breathing again normally. But the dizziness and drowsiness can last for up to 30 minutes. What are the direct risks of taking nitrous oxide? So it can make it more difficult to control your movements and can affect perception. That increases the risk of accidents and injuries, which is particularly dangerous on roads. Driving a car or cycling, walking at the roadside, or operating machinery when under the influence of nitrous oxide isn't just a danger to yourself but also others. The risk is even higher if other drugs have been used as well. Acute nitrous oxide poisoning is rare. People usually need medical attention because they have injured themselves while under the influence. In rarer cases, the higher causes severe hallucinations that require treatment. So let me skip this part. So deaths from nitrous oxide are an exception. They are usually due to suffocation because a mask is used or a plastic bag pulled over the head. Breathing difficulties can develop in confined, unventilated spaces like cars. If large amounts of gas are released, they're chasing the oxygen out. And then some of the other risks, it could cause severe frostbite and lung injuries. And then some of the long-term damage there's a lack of research onto the long-term health effects, but I mean, it could cause balance problems and muscle weakness. I'm not going to go into all of that, but the effects are this substance is so bad because he's someone that your perception is off, your judgment is off space. So in the original video that I saw back a few months ago, back in the spring and May, yeah, he was like swirling in and out. And then if you combine that, you can hallucinate, you can feel drowsy and numb. you could cause a serious accident. You could kill yourself and you could kill other people. And the worst thing about it is he's in trouble, man. He's in a lot of trouble. He's in so much trouble, and he could actually end up facing jail time because people might want to make an example out of him since he's a high profile person as well. The only saving grace is he's all right and he's not hurt anybody, but he could. But it's the actions. It's the actions. It's not always the end result. Do you know what I mean? I did a video on Gets recently, whose life has been thrown away, and also the other person, the victim's life has been thrown away because he's unfortunately passed away now because his life was taken because Gets' stupid actions, where he decided to get behind the wheel and be intoxicated by drink driving, and now Gets is in jail. He's going to spend over a decade over 10 years in jail. I believe it's 12 years. And the victim's life is over because he was somewhat his parents' life his family's life been destroyed forever. His parents they moved to the UK he moved to the UK to kind of better himself, study at university. His life been taken like that. I believe he was like only 20 years old from what I remember. All because of someone's irresponsible actions. So Raheem Sterling, I hope that you learn your lesson and you get what help you need and you learn from this because you can't be doing them kind of things, man. Like, I hope that whatever's going on with you is, I hope whatever's going on with him is good, is get sorted, but you can't be taking stuff and drink, you can't be taking drugs or drink or driving or the combination of the both, man. You can't be doing them things. There's too many examples of this kind of stuff going wrong as well. It's irresponsible. Irresponsible. But yeah, that's the stuff. I never personally touched that kind of stuff before. I've heard of laughing gas. It's never really appealed to me. The thought of trying it, I was just worried about other things that could happen to me. Innit? I don't know, like respiratory issues or some kind of stuff. But I've never thought about trying it. I just heard about it, and I remember I think there was in Top Boy as well. Kind of digressing a bit, like in terms of this is back to. I'm digressing a bit, but it's a bit relevant to in terms of the effects. So the character Driss wasn't he taking like balloons, which I believe was the nitrous oxide. He was never the same again. Like he's not the same again. I think because he had a stroke, I believe, and he wasn't the same again. But I don't know if that I can't remember if that was linked to it. It might have been linked. I don't know if it was confirmed or not. That the gas contributed to the stroke, or he may have happened to have a stroke, but he was taking balloons. That's what I do remember. It has effect on you. You may not be the same person anymore. It has long-term effects as well. So this kind of stuff isn't actually a joke. And I think what I found out as well is that they want to make this drug illegal, like make it I think a class C drug or something, or they want to get it banned because of the effects. So the government are trying to get that into play because it's a serious thing, man. It's not a joke. I think people thought it was just a joke. Like, you laugh, nah, man, serious. But anyway, like the video, comment your thoughts on the comment section below. Let me know how have you taken laughing gas before? Do you think it's justified that the government want to get rid of it in terms of making it an illegal substance to take? Do you think it's like, is it only for parties, a bit of fun? Let me know your thoughts on it below. What's your experience with it? Yeah, drop that all down in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, share the content, do what you wish. We're out. Peace.